What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sideline Summit. We're a day late on the recording because, things happen. But, we're back for today's episode. This is episode 12. I'm here with UPenn's finest, Danny Cole, who just turned 20 yesterday. And that is the reason we didn't record. I told him enjoy his day. Happy, belated birthday, Danny Cole, big 20.
1 year
Happy to
closer
see you,
to
man. How
me.
you feeling?
Yeah, other than the allergies, this pollen's out here definitely affecting me today. Just went to CVS, got my medicine. We're flying now. Feeling good.
Dude, killing me, man. They're killing me. You know what else is killing me? The fact that my bearded dragon here, his name's Tatum, needs crickets every 5 seconds, and he's like up against the glass trying to look at me right now. Little freak. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about some play-in thoughts and our predictions for the last couple of games. First round predictions. One of my predictions at least will vary depending on one of these play-in games. And there's been a lot of weird fan news lately that we're going to get into. Also, I put on my Snapchat story that if anybody wants to ask a question, I'll literally stop this like during the episode and answer it. But that might not happen since I just put it out. So yeah, let's just get into the play-in, man. Obviously, the Timberwolves won the play-in championship, and the Clippers have to play the Pelicans for the 8th seed. Out east, the Nets took on the Cavs. The Cavs have to play the Hawks for the 8th seed. I wrote an article saying how there's good and bad about the play-in. I don't think I don't know if there's any bad anymore.
Here's
I
my
don't know
thing.
if there's anything I dislike about it.
If you took this format and applied it to any other sport, it would be horrendous. It works for basketball.
I think so. I think because the East is the best. The East is what it should look like. The East is presenting how it should look. We got 4 teams over 500. That's 4 teams who deserve a playoff spot, but there's only 2. Out West, it's a little different. Yeah. But if the Clippers think they belong, go prove it. Because this Pelicans team does not reflect their record at all. Once they got CJ McCollum.
No Zion, too. No Zion on this team. Think about that.
Yeah, I'm hearing Zion's not coming out. But, I mean, look, if they were to get this 8th seed, I have a hard time believing he's not going to at least try. I know you got a very low chance against the Suns. Like, if there's anything smaller than 1, that's their shot. Like, 0.0001 to beat them 4 times in 7 games. But I'm going to be honest. You have a shot. You might as well go do it. That's what I think. That's what I think they should do.
I don't think they do. I think the Clippers get it done.
You think? Well, this is in the scenario the Pelicans win. I'm also picking the Clippers simply because Paul George is I think in scenarios in 1-win games when you have the best player on the court, you're going to win. Just like last night, the Hawks had the best player on the court. Now that wasn't the main reason they won. The Hawks were hitting their shots. The Hornets were horrendous on both ends of the floor, but I don't know. When you have the best player on the court, most of the time things will work in your favor. Like the Nets-Cavs game. Kevin Durant was playing amazing. Kyrie Irving was playing phenomenal. The Cavs played horribly, yet lost by 7. If you're a fan of one of these top 4 teams, I wouldn't fear the Nets, but I do get why people do fear the Nets. Probably the top 15 players in basketball, arguably the best player in the world. I get it. As a Celtics fan, we're gonna take care of them. None of these should have to worry. We're gonna take care of them.
Yeah, Ben Simmons coming back game 4. It does not gonna matter. It's gonna be 3-0 at that time.
Even if it's not, Ben Simmons coming back will all mean nothing because Robert Williams has the potential to come back just 2 games later. So if the Celtics can stay afloat, if they can start out 2-0, or just in the first 3 games start out 2-1, and just start 2-1 in some way, shape, manner, the Nets aren't beating them at full strength. And even so, they don't have the dominant, Nicholas Claxton's pretty solid, but bless you. Nicholas Claxton's very solid, but he's not the threat that takes Robert Williams to take care of. We got Tice. We got Horford, Grant Williams can switch. The Celtics should be fine.
Yeah, they have enough talent on their bench. And I think the East playoffs are really going to be a lot about star power, not about bench. You see a lot of times in the playoffs, bench sizes begin to shrink. And you're going to see a lot of teams like the Miami Heat lose games and lose series when they usually probably would beat them in the regular season because they can't play their bench players the whole game.
No, I see it. But a bench could be useful, especially against a team like Philadelphia. They'll probably have a very short rotation, very short.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in some games when they have to go up to Toronto. So that could be rough. All right, well, moving on to actual play-in stuff. You just said we both have the Clippers, Hawks, and the Cavs. If Jared Allen isn't ready to go, I think I'm just gonna take the Hawks.
Nah, the Hawks are gonna win.
I think I might take the Hawks regardless.
I'm taking the Hawks regardless. I think a lot of people are quickly forgetting that the Hawks made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. That Trae Young was a lot better. They have the
best player in the series.
Trae Young is a lot better than people think he is.
Seriously.
Don't let that man get in the playoffs.
In terms of guys under 25 years old, in terms of players under 25 years old, there's only one dude who's like 100% better than Luka, in my opinion, or better than Trae, in my opinion, and that's Luka. Maybe you could make an argument Tatum's better than him, which I believe he is. But you could also make the argument for Trae. Maybe Ja, but I think that's starting to stretch it. I don't think. Yeah. I think that's where you draw the line.
I think Tatum's definitely better than Trae Young. Ja Morant is the only one you can argue.
I think that's fair. If you want to say Tatum's a definite, I could say, yeah, maybe he is a definite. Yeah, but Trae's one of the top guys in the league. Definitely one of the top 3 best young guys. If he were to win and get this 8th seed, what's the chances he could beat this? What's the chances he could beat the Heat?
I think the chances that they go into Miami and win at least one game and then come back to Atlanta and win 2.
That Atlanta crowd was crazy last night.
No, they travel well too. Remember what they did in New York?
Yeah.
They also played.
He owns the Garden.
The Hawks play really well. He owned the Garden. He owned Philadelphia. He owned the Fargo.
Okay. No, Simmons just sold. He doesn't own Philly, but man.
John Collins owned Embiid last year, sadly.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, one time. So if assuming Hawks win, because that's our pick, that's what we're gonna have to go with. Heat Hawks. What do you got?
I'll take the Hawks in upset in 7.
I can't do it. I'll go with the Heat in 6, and like the craziest 6 possible. Like they're down 2-0 and maybe you win 4 straight, or I don't know. I think I'll take the Heat in 6.
Don't count Trae Young out. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. I don't know. They're the 1 seed for a reason. I do respect them heavily, but I think I'll go with them.
Maybe I'm being optimistic, putting Trae Young winning some games, but
hey, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with the take. We'll bump up to the next matchup. We have Celtics and Nets. I'm biased Celtics fan, so my opinion doesn't matter. So let's just listen to Danny's for right now.
My brain tells me pick the favorite.
Who is the favorite, though? Is the favorite the team with arguably the best player on the planet and arguably a top 2 point guard in the league? Or is it the 2 seed Celtics, the 50-win Celtics with MVP candidate Jason Tatum and rising star Jaylen Brown and the defensive player of the year Marcus? Who is the favorite?
I think the favorite is really the Nets here. And I know you're not going to want to hear this. The Nets have 2 top 10 players in the world. Ben Simmons
Kyrie Irving is not a top 10 player in the world.
Okay, arguably top 10. He's probably
Jason Tatum is closer to Kevin Durant than Kyrie is to Jason Tatum.
Yeah, you're right there. But then they also have 3 top 30 players when Ben Simmons
Ben
comes back.
Simmons is not currently a top 30 player.
Okay, you can argue that all you want, but that point aside, my pick is the Boston Celtics. I think this Nets team has been overrated for a very long time. I think they play a lot of selfish basketball, and KD can't bail out a whole team when you don't have another option. And if Kyrie's gonna have an off night, KD can't do it.
Yeah. If any of these teams have 3 top 30 players, it's for certain the Boston Celtics. They have two of the 20 best players on the planet, wherever you want to rank Jaylen Brown. He's certainly a top 20 player. Jason Tatum is at, between that 10 to 13 area, wherever you want to put him. It really depends how you feel about Marcus Smart. I don't know if he's a top 30 player. He's probably not. Or Robert Williams, depending how you feel on him. I don't think either of them are top 30 players, but I'm saying if you wanted to make the argument for either, it doesn't matter because they're both better than Ben Simmons. So I think if I had to pick one, if Simmons does return by game 4, I think I'd have to go like Celtics in like 6. If he cannot get back in time, I think I'll take the Celtics in 4 or 5. By Celtics fan, take this with a grain of salt. You can think it's a hot take. It's just bias, honestly.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the next series. That is Bucks and Bulls. Not much to discuss here, I'm pretty sure.
No Lonzo. Bucks in 5.
Even with Lonzo.
Bucks in 5 though.
I go Bucks in 4. Let's just move on. We both got the same idea.
Yeah, exactly.
And the 4 and 5 matchup, this is probably the most intriguing matchup in the East, is Raptors and Sixers. While I confidently say Sixers in 5, they are going to have to steal a road game, like badly, because Thibault cannot play on the road. He cannot play in Toronto. He only has 1 vaccine shot. I don't know if it's like he just got this shot and he's waiting on the second one, or he, like, a while back, he only got 1 shot. Well, that'd be a perfect reflection of his game. All defense, no offense. He's only on one side of the ball. I think I'll confidently take them in 5. Even if Embiid were to struggle, if Harden can get back to form, which I'm relying on, they'll be perfectly fine. Tyrese Maxey is going to go do Maxey things. If Tobias can just simply shoot not 3 for 15 every night, they'll be all right. Nick Nurse is a great coach, though. He's a great coach. If they ended up pulling this game to maybe 6-7 games, I mean, hey, that's a good team.
Nick Nurse, future Lakers head coach.
No, I would. If Nick Nurse went to go coach the Lakers, that'd be the dumbest thing I think he could ever do.
Yeah, I agree there. Because he's building something special in Toronto.
Yes, there's special young guys there. Scotty Barnes, Rookie of the Year,
as they're doing down in Coppin
but
State.
not the best rookie.
Yeah, and I'm going to give my take for the Sixers game. You have 2 top 10 players in the world.
Yep. And that's 2 top 10 players in the world.
And it's crazy because these guys can go do whatever you want. Harden, talk about defense. If you have somebody on his ass the whole game, he will play defense, and it's proven.
No, I've watched what Harden is kind of like LeBron in a sense. Like when they're like slap the floor, like they're ready to play. No, Harden can play some defense. I'm not even gonna lie. He actually plays some really good defense.
You already know
Embiid. You already know how he shows up on that end. Maxey loves to show up on that end.
Matisse Thybulle probably could win Defensive Player of the Year in any other year.
His problem with ever winning Defensive Player of the Year is he doesn't play. I don't know if he plays a lot of minutes to get it. If he were to eventually become like like a 35, like how like Smart, Bridges, and Gobert and Jaren Jackson, they play a lot. So if he can, because sometimes he gets pulled because he's a liability on offense, which is so crazy that his offense is holding him back from being Defensive Player of the Year. He's probably the best on-ball defender I think I've seen since like Draymond in his prime, like Kawhi in like 2014, 2015. Smart's winning deep boy. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, but let them get
I'll be
on.
fine with Smart or Bridges. I want to see a guard win it.
I'll take Sixers and 6 here.
I like that. No, moving on to the West. Whoever plays the Suns is getting swept. Grizzlies versus Timberwolves.
It's gonna be Grizzlies in 6, maybe 5.
I'll take Grizzlies in 5. I think some people are in over their head a little bit on just like. So Patrick Beverley's this winner, and then D'Lo's good, Ant's good, Cat's good, but they're not deep. And if any team has proven to be deep, it's the 20-2 without our franchise point guard Memphis Grizzlies. I think they get them out of there quick. 4 or 5 games. I'll go 5. Maybe because, Patrick Beverley's got to win 1 and stand on the table and all that nonsense. They'll get 1 off the back of Anthony Edwards. I'll say that.
Pat Bev did that because he wanted the showboat against the Clippers. Get it straight.
No, I got it straight. That's completely unnecessary. He acts like he's never gotten traded before.
That is true.
Have some decency, bro. You just won to get the 7th seed. And it's the craziest part is they would have lost if Karl Anthony Towns didn't foul out, because Ty Lue had an amazing game plan for him. Like he shut him down. And if he didn't get fouled out, they lose that game 100%. And honestly, I would say if Kawhi was there, they're definitely not winning. But if Kawhi was there, they wouldn't be stuck in the play-in with the damn Timberwolves.
That is very true.
Yeah, I don't know. Patrick Beverley is a very polarizing player, depending on how you want to look at it. I get it. Former team, they traded him. That was his pride and everything. You're about 2 minutes from losing that game, man. Have some decency. Moving on. 3 and 6 seed. That is Warriors Nuggets.
I'll take Warriors in 6.
I'll take Warriors in 7 because I'm not sure who's playing. I don't think Porter Jr. and Murray are playing. So this doesn't count in. But if the Warriors don't have Steph Curry,
Steph Curry is practicing.
He's practicing. Look, all right. If he's ready for game 1, I'll take him in 5. If he doesn't come back to like 3 or 4, I don't know. I do not know. I think I'll have Warriors winning regardless. Whenever Steph comes back, Clay's starting to catch fire. Jordan Poole's amazing. I love Jordan Poole, and Draymond, of course. So we both got Warriors in 6 and 7.
I take them in 6.
I'll take him in 7. If Steph comes late, I got him in 5. If Steph is ready for game 1.
Yesterday, Steph Curry, he practiced full with the team today. He did some situational drills and took part of everything. He felt pretty good, but they have to see how he feels tomorrow, which is today, and he'll scrimmage today.
All right.
So
it
looks
if he's ready
really
for
good.
1, I'd take it in 5. And then our 4 and 5 matchup is the Mavericks and Jazz. I'm taking the Jazz in 6.
Luka's out, isn't he?
He's out for some time, so I have no choice to take the Jazz.
I'll take the Jazz in 5 or 6, depending how long Luka's out.
I'll take him in 6.
I think without Luka, the Jazz have a chance to sweep.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, a calf strain. They also. Look, I'm obviously not praying for this. Luka is one of my favorite players, and I personally think he can take the leap next year to be the best in the world. But the last time remember Kevin Durant had a calf strain, he actually had a torn Achilles, and they sent him out. Well, it probably wasn't torn yet, but it was an Achilles injury, and they sent him out there. Honestly, if that is the case, if it's something like that, just get sweat, move on. Move on to next year. Don't even bother sending that kid back out there.
Yeah, he's also your franchise cornerstone. Like the Warriors, They went and spent money on him. It's his expiring
You have
contract.
a generational player.
Imagine this is KD 10 years ago.
Exactly. Like if the Thunder were in this situation with Kevin Durant or even Russell Westbrook, they would have been like, no. But
Can't do it.
obviously, it already happened to Kevin Durant, so that's very,
Can't change the past,
very
so.
unfortunate. Moving on to fan news. A lot of things have happened over the past week with fans, and particularly Philadelphia Phillies fans. We have Alec Baum whispering or mumbling under his breath that he fucking hates this place. That's not like the fan, like in terms of like, oh, fans throwing shit at him. It's just like they're passionate. Fans are very passionate.
No, that's not the why he said that. He had 3 errors in an inning. He had 3 errors in a game, and he was beating himself up, and the fans were cheering him on sarcastically.
Well, shit. That I guess that's as good as booing.
Exactly. It's worse.
Philly fans show love though. Remember when like Ben Simmons wasn't making his free throws, and like they weren't cheering him on sarcastically, but it was just like they were like, "Yeah, you got this." Like my impersonation of Ben Simmons' free throw, but
it's literally a lefty.
Yeah, it's like this elbow, like his right elbow is good, but he just shoots like that. And then there was a Phillies fan who grabbed a Mets fan's phone and chucked it into the outfield.
And then he ran away.
Think, like when do fans fans need some chill? I guess someone might have said something. And last night in Atlanta, someone said something to Miles Bridges while he was getting ejected. He threw his mouthpiece, it hit a girl. He took accountability on Twitter. It was like, I'm sorry, like get me in contact with that girl. That's unacceptable. What did the dude have to say for you to throw your mouthpiece at him? Like, some people are just simply out of line. Like, he could have said anything. And I don't know. Fans are allowed to trash talk. They pay their good money to be there. I think in terms, like, you can tell a player they suck. Because, like, remember when Bradley Beal someone said you suck, and Bradley Beal was like, who, me? And he was like, he did the thing. You're allowed to tell a player they suck or they can't shoot or something about their game. But honestly, I think anything outside of that, fans should pipe down in my eyes.
Yeah, but the Philadelphia Phillies interaction was a fan to fan. It wasn't fan to player.
Oh, well, that's hilarious. They can do whatever they want there. I'm talking about the Miles Bridges situation.
Yeah, Miles Bridges, he had to chill out a little bit, but he took accountability. But back to the Phillies, the Mets fan was talking trash in Citizens Bank Park. And the Phillies fan said, I've had enough, and chucked his phone on the field. And then he ran away. We don't know what happened to him, but he's got to be from Delco. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people on Twitter were saying. I wanted to get to one more thing before we wrap up. The Eagles' troubles. And what I mean, the Eagles have brought in Matt Corral today on a visit. They say there are people in the building that believe Matt Corral is the best quarterback in the building. Or best quarterback in this draft. The Eagles are never going to find a franchise quarterback. Never. They're never going to do it. You draft one to back up Wentz, potentially the future. You get Wentz out of there. You put the keys in this kid's hand, and now you're looking to replace him already. You're going to bring in Matt Corral. He's going to replace Hurts maybe like halfway through the season, right? He plays bad, and then you got to go trade up. You got to go get Bryce Young. And it just repeats and repeats and repeats. These dudes, it's like they don't want a franchise quarterback. They don't want to give anyone a try. I wouldn't want to bring in Corral. One, it's a waste of a pick. Like, why? We can just get a quarterback next year. Why draft one this year? Where the Eagles are one of these. The Eagles, Texans are some of the only teams that can be like, well, all right, we have a guy that maybe we could work with, but if it doesn't work, we'll draft one next year. Like, majority of the AFC teams don't need a quarterback. I doubt the Jets are giving up on Zach Wilson already. The Bears aren't giving up on Justin Fields already. Like the teams are in line for quarterbacks next year are like Eagles, Texans,
Steelers.
and the Steelers. If they don't draft Malik Willis, they draft Malik Willis. I believe they'll stay with them. I think Tomlin likes him a lot.
I agree.
Another thing that's popping up for Eagles. A lot of people are obsessed with Jordan Davis. Listen, we have 2 picks. I like Jordan Davis a lot, but our interior is like our strong point of our defensive line. Like we need another linebacker. Like I get it, you like Jordan Davis, but I mean, we need a linebacker bad. And if we have the chance to go trade up, maybe to like the 11, 12 area, and get
Stingley,
Kyle Hamilton. Now I'm hearing he's dropping on a lot of boards. If he fall past 9, he's a Philadelphia Eagle. But they're gonna mess it up. I just have a feeling. Olave visited the Eagles today as well. I like Olave. Chris Olave in Philadelphia would be amazing, but why do you need 2 Devonta Smiths?
Chris Olave is the best receiver in the draft, and it's not.
No, he's not
close. It's not close.
No, it's not. He is not. He's not even the best wide receiver coming out of Ohio State. NFL executives across the league are unanimous in Garrett Wilson being the 1, and a lot of people got Drake London at the 2. You want Olave after them 2? Go ahead. I don't think the Eagles should go after Olave, but it's kind of in like it's like we did. All right, so Jefferson. Everyone was like, "Oh, the Eagles should go draft Jefferson now," but we didn't because they thought we needed something else. Now, let's say we drafted Alex Burks. Let's say we drafted Burks out of Arkansas.
Wait, you said Alex Burke? That's a guard in the NBA. Traylon Burks.
Traylon Burks. I saw a TikTok of this dude. He walked in a gym and he had an Alex Burks jersey. That's why. Traylon Burks. If we were to draft him, that is probably a better fit. He's a physical dude. His times aren't there, but obviously everyone's seen it. The dude can move after the catch. But they're like, "Oh, why didn't you draft Olave?" Well, if you look at it, it makes sense to not draft him. But if they draft him, I mean, hey, best wide receiver available.
Hear me out, ready? I think so many people in the Eagles front office are afraid to draft Traylon Burks for him to become the next Rager.
Yeah, that's a possibility. So they might just go to Olave, but we don't need Olave. We have a small, shifty route runner, and Olave can't block. He's not like Smitty can block. Olave can't block. Olave's great though. I mean, look, as a weapon, the dude's insane. But I don't know. The Eagles' troubles will continually spiral down.
I mean, if they were to take a quarterback round 1, let's say they get a receiver, and round 2, if they draft Leo Chenal out of Wisconsin, best run stuffing linebacker in the NFL draft this year.
I heard a lot of people mocking Devin Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd is going to get mocked a lot, but I think I'd rather have Nakobe Dean if I were them.
Doesn't matter. We're just going to trade up, get Desmond Ridder. That's the move. That's everything we got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. Just help us keep going this podcast on our platform, social medias. Make sure you download, like, subscribe, all that stuff from me and Danny. You guys have a good day.